can beneficially teach students addition with Cuisenaire rods. In the first example I'm going to show you, we're going to take 2 plus 2. So what you would do is you would have your children pull out the rod that equals 2, which is going to be the red. And we're going to place it under our 2. So we have 2 plus 2. So when we take two 2's, let's put them together to see what they equal. So we know it's not going to equal a 3, because you would still have one left over. So since we only have one left over, we can imagine that it will equal 4. This is kind of going to be the mindset of the students while you are doing addition with Cuisenaire rods. Okay, now I'm going to show you 5 plus 7. Plus 7. So we are going to do 5 plus 7. So we have our yellow plus our black. So if we place these two together, one reason this is nice is because it is hands-on. It does help. So 5 plus 7. Let's look and see. Our 10 is still under, so we can place a 10, and then we have 2 spots left. So 2. In elementary ed, you see many teachers telling students to make it to a 10 and then add on. It is easier for students and adults, I personally think, to make a 10. It's much easier to add on to 10 than it would be to take a 7 to add 5. So here we know that 10 plus 2 is going to give us our answer of 12. The reason we know this is because they all are equal. Let's do one more example for addition. Let's do 3 plus 6. So we're going to do 3. We're going to do 3 plus 6. So our 2 different colored greens. So 3 plus 6. So we can take our 10, but it's not quite 10. So we're going to move it. Let's try our 9. Perfect. So 3 plus 6 equaled 9. There are many ways and games that you can do to help addition with Cuisenaire rods. I saw one on Pinterest that was the pig out of the 3 Little Pigs house, and you had to build the 3 Little Pigs houses with Cuisenaire rods, and then you added all your rods together and saw how much it would take to make the pig's house. That is just one way that students could use. Now we're going to do subtraction. I would teach subtraction the same way I do addition. So for example, let's do 7 minus 5 equals, we'll put our spot. Okay, so we're going to take our 7 which is our black. We're going to take away 5. So how I would say is let's take our 7, lay it down, and then let's place our 5. What do we have missing from our 7? So that would equal this space right here. So to fit in that space, I could put 1, 2, or I can know that it is just the red, just the 2. Either way would be an acceptable answer. It really would depend on the grade that you're teaching. Let's do one more subtraction. Let's do 3 minus 1. Okay, so we're going to take our 3 and we're going to subtract our 1. Okay, so now we have 2 spots again. So we can either do 1, 2, or we can do 2. And those are just simple ways to do subtraction. Now let's talk about multiplication. Start with telling the children you can say 2 times 8 or 2 of 8. So either 2 times 8 Or you can say 2 of 8. When you do say 2 of 8, this will make it easier when you're using Cuisenaire rods. Now we're going to make something called a train. So I'm going to make a train of 6. So, what a train is you're making different patterns to reach the same level. So I could do 3 2s. I could do 2 3s. Or I could do 6 1s, and we would do our 1s all the way over. This would be a train of 6. And one way that you could do this is you would say, so we will have 3 2s. So 3 times 2 would equal your 6. You could have 2 3s. So 2 times 3 equals 6. Or you can have 6 1s. So 6 times 1 equals 6. That is just one way, and this helps with multiplication and division. So if I was to give my students a problem like 2 times 3, we would say, or we'd say 2 of 3. So we'd bring 2 3s. We'd put those together and say, what can we add up here? 1 bar that equals the same as this. And we could look up to our 6 train and know 2 greens is the same as 1 large green, or 1 6. So we would know that our answer then is 6. You can do these several times. You can do this all the way up with any multiplication problem. Just, it gets a little redundant and you probably would not have enough space unless you have a lot of Cuisenaire rods that you can do.